Good morning. Welcome to BluOr Bank Investor Call. We will start with company's presentation and continue with a live Q&A session. To join the discussion, please submit your questions through the Q&A window below the presentation. For your convenience, we will be recording this session and replay will be available shortly after the call. Let me now introduce you to the management team of BluOr Bank. Dmitrijs Latishevs, Chairman of the Management Board and the CEO.
Good morning. Great to have his presentations this morning.
Natalia Fokin, Chief Financial Officer.
Hello. Good morning. Labrīt, labas dienas, tere.
And Pauls Miklashevich, Chief Investment Officer of BluOr Bank.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Pauls, handing over to you for the presentation.
Thank you very much, Eva. Once again, thank you for all being on this webinar this morning for us to introduce and discuss the public offering of our subordinated bonds from BluOr Bank, which have a 10% annual fixed interest rate. Here you can see the final terms of the offering. The face value of the bond will be 1,000 euros up to 30,000 bonds for a total issuance sum of 30 million euros. The annual interest rate, as mentioned, is 10% fixed, which will be paid quarterly. And the minimum investment is 1,000 euros. The term is 10 years, which means the issue date is on the 2nd of October of this year. And the maturity date will be on the 2nd October 2034. In terms of the timetable, we'll be closing the books on the 27th of September, and the books are already open. A little bit about us. BluOr Bank was established in 2001. The founders have significant previous experience in shipping and insurance. The bank primarily focuses on corporate lending. Its customers include companies from various industries, ranging from real estate developers to manufacturing and agriculture. The bank also offers specific products for small, medium enterprise businesses. More than two-thirds of the bank's operational income is generated from its lending activities. Additionally, the bank has successfully developed e-commerce products and provides services to fintechs. Asset management and brokerage are other areas of the bank's successful growth, offering high-quality products to their customers. Here you can see some pictures of our head office in the old town of Riga. If you're ever in the area, please feel free to stop by for a coffee. At BluOr, our motto is business banking made better. And here are 6 facts about our bank. We were established in 2001. Since then, the bank has operated profitably every single year through the great financial crisis, through COVID, etc. We're very proud of that. We are one of Latvia's 6 largest banks. We are 100% Latvian owned. We are local capital. We are one of 5 systematically important financial institutions in Latvia, according to the Bank of Latvia. Our main focus, again, is services and financing to corporate and small, medium enterprise clients in Latvia. And 98% of our clients come from Latvia, the Baltic states, and Northern Europe. Some key financial highlights up until the end of the first half of 2024. Our total assets stand at 966.2 million euros. Of that, net loans are 426.2 million euros. In the first half of the year, we have generated a net profit of 9.2 million euros, which sets us up for a very nice year this year. Our own funds are 90.6 million. Our liquidity coverage ratio, LCR, is 148%. Our capital adequacy ratio is 15.95%. Our return on equity is 21%, and our cost to income ratio, as at the end of the first half of this year, was 43%. Here you can see some key financials of the bank. The main profit generating item, net interest income, reached 25.2 million euros in 2023, ensuring a strong growth of 46% year over year. It was driven by rising interest rates, but also material loan portfolio growth of 29% year over year. Net fee and commission income amounted to 12.3 million euros, which was an increase of 40% in 2023. This growth was driven by income from client services and e-commerce primarily. In the first half of this year, a share of the fee and commission income has increased somewhat due to rising client activities in the brokerage and asset management divisions. Operating income in 2023 increased by 44%, while operating expenses increased by 28% year over year, which led to a decrease in the cost-income ratio from 56% to 50% at the end of 2023. And if you remember from the previous slide, it now stands at 43%. Profit has been growing steadily, reaching 16.6 million euros pre-tax in 2023, and that showed strong growth of 59%. The growth in 2024 has been even more rapid, leading to a 6-month profit pre-tax of 11.5 million euros. Since 2023, net profit was strongly affected by a new income tax legislation in Latvia, income tax of 20%. Please note that in previous periods, companies in Latvia, including banks, paid income tax only on distributed dividends. Assets once again amounted to 966 million euros as of the first half of this year, which was an increase of 36% year over year. We are growing our loan portfolio, and that reached 426 million during the first 6 months of 2024, which was an increase of 34%. We have a ambitious but also stable 3-year growth strategy. The plan by the end of 2026 is that the bank will increase its assets by 15%, its profit by 39%, and its capital base by 32%. BluOr Bank has a stable balance sheet structure with a strong composition of liquid assets. The bank is primarily deposit funded and has a prudent loan-to-deposit ratio of 50%. More than 86% of liabilities originate from corporate and private customers, while the remaining funding comes from shareholders and subordinated debt holders. A significant portion of assets are highly liquid. They consist mainly of balances with the Central Bank of Latvia and liquid securities, and amounts to 470 million euros as of the first half of 2024. Long-term financing consists of term deposits with residual maturity of at least 1 month and stable non-maturity deposits modeled according to the internal behavioral method. In total, 411 million euros. We have a balanced and diversified loan portfolio with strong asset quality. From 2021 until the first half of 2024, the bank's loan portfolio has increased by 22%, reaching 426 million euros. We continue to build our high-quality loan book. In 2023, loan portfolio growth reached 90 million euros, supported by new lending of 200 million euros. Of course, we're constantly issuing loans and having them paid back, so we will always have more lending, hopefully, than the money being paid back to us, in order to ensure net lending growth. The bank's loan portfolio is well diversified, with main concentrations in real estate operations, retail and wholesale, and marine transportation. Again, the compounded annual growth of the loan portfolio since 2021 is 7.38% per year. Continuing with our balanced and diversified loan portfolio with strong asset quality. In terms of credit policy conditions, when creating loan portfolios, the bank generally focuses on medium-term, up to 5 years, medium-term loans up to 5 years, to corporate and small-medium enterprise clients, primarily in Latvia, but also in Baltic and EU countries. As of the first half of 2024, only 3% of the loan book was issued to households. The geographical structure of the loan portfolio has remained stable over the years, with the main focus on Latvian and other EU clients. As of the first half of 2024, 81.6% of the bank's total loans were issued to Latvian clients. It's important to note also that the bank has no loan exposures to CIS countries. The major part of the bank's portfolio is lending to legal entities for investment purposes, 68%, while working capital loans amount to 27%. The bank's portfolio is well collateralized, mainly by real estate, 60%, with the average loan to value below 70%. Continuing with our balanced and diversified loan portfolio with strong asset quality, The bank's low non-performing loan ratio, NPL, is a confirmation of the overall quality of our loan book. As you can see, it is around 2%. Funding structure. The bank's main funding source is customer deposits, with approximately 2/3 placed by corporate customers and 1/3 by households. Financial institutions make up 45% of corporate deposits and are served by a safekeeping model. A major part of deposits are on demand, 63%. When it comes to term deposits, 2/3 come from private individuals attracted through platforms, most notably from Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Spain, and Ireland. The concentration in Great Britain and the rest of the EU is mainly due to platform-linked private customers and a large UK-based financial institution. The diversification process of term deposits continues. Since 2021, the amount of term deposits attracted through platforms decreased from 92% to 66%. Investments in securities. The bank has 2 bond portfolios. The total portfolio amount is 70 million euros as of the first half of 2024, with 2 sub-portfolios. One is dedicated to investment, 45 million, and the other for liquidity purposes, 25 million. The bonds comprise 100% of both portfolios. They are mainly EU denominated, 89%, but there are also some USD bonds, 11%. The bank's bond portfolio is well diversified, with main concentrations in government, financial, and the energy sectors. 72% of the bonds are investment grade, and there are no non-performing exposures. The average maturity of the portfolio is a conservative 1.8 years, and the average yield to maturity of the liquidity portfolio is 3.8%, while the yield to maturity of the investment portfolio is 5.1%. BluOr Bank has a strong capital and liquidity position. The bank is well positioned to withstand short-term liquidity crises with the LCR, liquidity coverage ratio, above the regulatory minimum. The bank has enough long-term funding to support its liquid assets, with the NSFR at 144%. To comply with the capital requirements, the bank relies on shareholder equity, but also issues Tier 2 and additional Tier 1 instruments via private and public placements. The MREL is met with our own funds only. ESG and CSR, environmental and social governance, and corporate and social responsibility. The bank's strategy overview is as follows. The bank's board approved a 3-year strategy incorporating sustainability and ESG principles. The strategy includes short, medium, and long-term sustainability goals, tasks, and key methods for achieving them, including goals for green assets in the bank's loan and bond portfolios. The focus is on being a sustainable, efficient, and socially responsible entity with strong corporate governance. In terms of the implementation of the ESG strategy, integration of specific measures to meet sustainability targets in internal documents, and there's an evaluation of ESG risks for all new investment or credit decisions. In terms of governance, the board supervises the strategy implementation and the ESG risk management, receiving regular updates and reports. The risk committee advises on current and future risk strategy, helping the board monitor execution. There's regular reporting to the board and executive on ESG risk management. In terms of ESG risk materiality assessments, there's a comprehensive evaluation of the bank's assets, investments, credit, and credit portfolio for ESG risks. And there's an assessment of potential short and long-term financial and reputational impacts. And we are also developing recommendations for more effective ESG risk management going forward. At BluOr, it's very important to support, we believe it's very important to support innovation while also preserving our cultural heritage. And here are some programs we've supported, such as the grant program for the Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, and Organizational Technologies program at the Riga Business School. We have donated money to procure modern equipment for the Children's Clinical University Hospital, a very worthy cause. We have also helped the preservation of Iman Ziadog's cultural and historical heritage. It's an eminent Latvian poet, and financed the book publication of Mūsu Tēvzemes aprakstīšana, describing our fatherland in 2021. We've also established an educational recreational site in Lūcavsala, Riga, where every year new trees are planted on the bank's birthday, and in due time that will become a veritable forest. We have also, in terms of trees, helped the restoration of the apple orchard in the territory of the Wilhelm Purvīts Birthplace Museum. Purvīts, of course, being one of Latvia's and also the Baltic's most eminent painters. We also care for the health and prosperity of the business environment in Latvia and are active members of several chambers of commerce, such as the American Chamber of Commerce, the Norwegian Chamber of Commerce, and the British Chamber of Commerce. In addition, we are a council member of the Finance Latvia Association, which represents the financial sector in Latvia, and we are audited by PwC. The bank also has a charitable foundation called Be Open, and they have key projects that support children with developmental disorders, with mobility impairments, that help enable special dreams for children, activities for children with disabilities, and support to oncology patients. It's a wonderful program that over the past number of years has raised a lot of money, and we're on track to raise over 600,000 euros again this year. We support striving for knowledge and spiritual values and building a healthy civil society. In 2023, assistance was provided to over 300 individuals. Since the bank's founding, we have successfully placed 40 bond placements, and both as the issuer and organizer. On the right-hand side of the slide, you will see the bonds that have been issued by BluOr and have been repaid, as well as the bonds that are currently outstanding. And here, once again, are the final terms of this bond issue for BluOr Bank's subordinated bonds. Again, a 10% fixed annual interest rate, paid quarterly, and a maturity of 10 years. And just to sum things up, what we'd like to convey to you today, and what we're very proud of, is that BluOr Bank is a Baltic success story. We are a bank founded by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs that has grown and will continue to grow by helping our clients succeed. Our mission is very simple: to be the best bank for business. Knowing our clients, understanding their businesses, and enabling their success are the core drivers of our business. Knowing our clients allows us to identify opportunities to continue to grow our core lending business, while also enabling us to better identify and avoid idiosyncratic risk. Additionally, we have unlocked new avenues of growth in e-commerce and asset management, which will allow us to serve a new generation of entrepreneurs, as well as protect and grow the assets of our expanding affluent client base by offering the highest quality of investment management services. We care about our clients, we care about our community, and we care about our investors. I hope you found the material presented today to be informative, and look forward to addressing any of your questions in this forum, or also in follow-up communications after this webinar is completed. Thank you very much for your time, and I will give the microphone back to Eva.
Yes, thank you, Pauls, for an insightful presentation. We have received 2 questions prior to the webinar, so let's start with those. Can you give us an example of an interest payment?
Thank you, Eva. Yes, so as mentioned, the annual fixed rate is 10%, and it's paid quarterly, which means that from the settlement of the bond, every 3 months, there will be a coupon of 2.5% of the nominal paid into the accounts of our investors.
Thank you. Is it true that you need to open an account at BluOr Bank to be able to buy bonds?
No, it's you're able to submit an order for these bonds through any bank that is a member of the Riga Stock Exchange. and that is most banks in Latvia and in the Baltic states.
Thank you. Let's now continue with the questions received online. Participants, to join the discussion, please submit your question through the Q&A box. Those can be submitted either anonymously or with your name. What is BluOr's NPL's divestment strategy?
Okay, let me take this question. First of all, I would like to say that all our loans are well collateralized and also non-performing loans. So actually, we have a number of possibilities. Generally, sometimes we are looking into the reasons of this non-performing, and sometimes we are open to provide for our borrower, for our customer, some recovery process, and it is possible go for some kind of sanation and reclassification of the loan. But in some cases, it is usual recovery with the process of selling of collateral. So it's not something difficult, taking in mind usual procedures. And I can maybe another question, yeah, Natalia, maybe about the deposits. I see.
Okay, so
Yes,
yeah,
there's another question on the deposits. So 45% of corporate deposits are from financial institutions. How sticky are those deposits? Natalia, over to you.
sure, yeah. So these deposits are not sticky, as we have mentioned. These are like 45% of our corporate deposits are served by a safekeeping model. So that means they are not sticky. And also, as maybe you have noticed it, a significant portion of our liquid assets are in central bank, and also it refers to this basically model. So we have to keep these funds available in the central bank account, and we do not rely on these funds in our investment strategy. So not sticky, and this is just like complementary interest income for safekeeping model what we provide to these financial institutions.
Thank you. I might have missed in the presentation, but could you talk a little about the shareholders of BluOr Bank and their background?
Yes, let me take this question and give answer. Shareholders and founders of the bank actually not changed through all these years. So the bank was established in 2021. Since this time, actually, there are no some significant changes in the structure of shareholders. If you are coming back to the shareholders' history, first of all, I would like to say that founders of the bank established their first businesses some 35 years ago. So it's early beginning of 90s. Because of their previous background and the experience in the shipping business and marine transportations, there it was first area of their private companies. Later on, also they have established financial arm of the group of companies. It was insurance company established in the mid of 90s as well. And actually, the bank, it was last significant and banking significant area of the development of the group. There is also some maybe explanation that at the early beginning, most of the group company, most customers of the group also became customers of the bank, and many of them who were ship owners or traders also established the account in the bank, and it was the beginning also of the bank's the first stage of the bank development. Hopefully, I answer the question.
Thank you. How does NPL ratio compare to other Baltic banks?
Yeah. Also, let me also give answer for these questions, or maybe a colleague can contribute me. Generally, our NPL ratio is around 2%, so it's pretty low. It's much to the best ratio of the another bank on the market. So we feel comfort with this NPL. It's a number of corporate loans, all of them manageable, and we do not expect some significant issues or losses from them. Thank you.
Thank you. If I noticed correctly, then you have a lot of excess liquidity, deposits minus loans, minus investment portfolio of 70 million euros. Do you keep it at central bank or do something else with it?
Well, I'd like to say we do not have a big excess of liquidity. Probably I have mentioned already in my previous answer. So we have a big balance in central bank. Not introduce. Okay, it shows our safekeeping model that we provide to financial institutions as our clients. So basically, it relies to that one. As of the bank funds, we keep only some funds in central bank. What we need to proceed like our everyday needs for operational purposes. I mean, and the rest of liquidity, what we keep there, it's from our financial institutions clients where we should provide this safekeeping model. So that is the answer.
Thank you. Could you explain how did you get 10%? Assumingly referring to the annual interest rate of the bonds.
I also can comment to this one. So basically, we look at the market, we look at our peers to competitors, what they provide. Also, we are looking to the mid swap and the spread, what we are happy to offer over the mid swap is actually the 10% that we got finally. So we think it's rather competitive rate and according to kind of market standard and practice.
Thank you. Can you describe your e-commerce activities?
I can also take this question. First of all, I'd like to say it's youngest area of the activities of the bank. We do not have significant figures if we are talking about turnover, if we are talking about profit from this area. Our typical customers, it's domestic internet resellers. It's also, I'm not sure it's correctly also to speak about e-commerce, but also it's post terminals for our customers provided, but it's not something complicating. It's rather, I would say, typical business. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have ambitions in retail segment?
Also, I will take these questions. Yes, we have started to think this year about developments of our retail strategy. And actually, also, we are going to introduce our first products. It could be end of this year, maybe it could be also next year for retail customers. First of all, it could be mortgage loans. But also, we are thinking to provide for our customers not just lending products, but also to provide them some kind of saving products, investments, and other basics to satisfy other their basic needs, I would say. So yes, we are looking for these segments. However, there are high competitions on the market. As we know.
Can you elaborate on the BluOr dividend payment strategy?
We have, yes, it's also, I take also these questions. We have some kind of dividend strategy for the bank. Usually it is in average through all years of the bank development. We paid around 50% from the bank profit. And also we expect to keep the same strategy also for the future, since we are not public yet. Yeah, thank you. Maybe after we will go for to be public, it is possible we will change our strategy in favor of our investors in order to distribute biggest part. But for now, for the moment, we are looking for 50% dividend strategy. Thank you.
Are you planning to expand more aggressively beyond Latvia? And if so, in which other markets?
Also, we'll take this question. Yes, also we are thinking for the future years about expanding our activities outside of Latvia. First of all, we see that our primary markets could be Baltic. And actually, we have a number of customers from our neighboring countries, from Lithuania and Estonia. Actually, we have started this process, and we plan also in the future to develop it. We see that our customers could be some corporates, first of all, because we are definitely not going to go for retail sectors outside of Latvia. On the other hand, also we are looking for further cooperation with fintech companies, and as we presented also today, we have also successful cooperations with fintech platforms. It gives us possibility to have cheaper funding, attracting deposits from European customers. Also, we are looking for possibility also maybe in the future to have the bigger our product selling, also maybe using some fintech facilities in cooperation with them, but mostly it's for some medium-term or long-term plans. Thank you.
Thank you. And at the moment, the last question that we have received, I could have missed it, but is the bond emission because of tier 2 demands?
Yeah, so I'll take it. I would not say it's a demand. It's more like we are going to strengthen our capital base and at the same time to optimize the capital structure. So yeah, this is the public offering of subordinated bonds eligible as tier 2 capital for regulatory purposes.
Thank you. All questions have been addressed. Dmitry, I'm now handing over to you for the closing remarks.
I would like to say, first of all, thank you to you all for your attention, and it was a great pleasure for all of us to introduce BluOr Bank subordinated bonds issuing. We will be happy and appreciate your investments. Thank you for your attentions. We believe that the bank will successfully develop its strategy and support Latvian economy, our customers in Latvia and Baltic. So please share our developments, and we will be happy with common results. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for your attentions, and have you a good day. Thank you.
Natalia, final remarks from you.
Well, just actually just the same. So yeah, thanks a lot for your attention. If you have any further questions, we are happy to cover it personally through our website, for example, or through emails. So be free to get more specific details if you would like. Thank you once again.
Vals, over to you for a closing statement.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Once again, thank you for NASDAQ for organizing this, and to our joint lead, LHV Bank. Yes, thank you very much for your time. We're very excited about the growth we have in front of us. We're excited to add new investors, and we're excited to create a very positive win-win dynamic in the Baltic markets. Thank you all very much for your time.
Thank you and goodbye.